In Court Corner, the Supreme Court has asked the central government to suggest a time from transitioning Jammu and Kashmir's status from a union territory to statehood. The bench led by the Chief Justice Chandrachud was hearing petitions against the government's decision to repeal the status of Jammu and Kashmir. Ashmit is standing by now with more details. Transpired today and the observations of the Supreme Court.
Well, the Apex Court, and particularly the Chief Justice, who's heading this bench of 5 judges, made some implications. Number one, he observed that the breaking up of the union territories of Ladakh, of Jammu and Kashmir, that cannot be in permanence, that cannot be allowed to continue indefinitely, and that there needs to be a move in a transition back towards statehood. That's the version, that's the observation that fell. In fact, to that end, he even went on and said that the centre must clarify and must make a statement before the top court that there is a progression and there is a transition towards gradual statehood for Jammu and Kashmir. He further went on and asked the centre for clarity on whether there's a time frame, number one, and number two, whether there's a roadmap that is in the works that will give more clarity on the way forward. Now, to that end, the Solicitor General, appearing for the centre, issued a few clarifications. Number one, he said that a detailed response can only be filed after a couple of days after a response, some information is secured from the government itself. Having said that, he did try to assure the bench of the Apex Court. He did say that, number one, this is not a new issue. This is an issue where the government leaders have argued, have debated, and have made their submissions even before the Parliament. The version that he submitted before the top court is that there is, in fact, a roadmap for transitioning to statehood, that this is not in permanence, that as and when the situation returns to normalcy. Now, what that framework for normalcy is has not been defined, but the situation, the version that has been granted by the Solicitor General is that as and when normalcy returns, there will then be a transition towards statehood, the caveat being that Ladakh will continue to be a union territory.
All right, Ashmit, appreciate you joining us. Staying with